Justice, it's Friday, and first thing I want to say about this video is that if alcohol, sex, and drugs is the college lifestyle now, I'm kind of concerned because it sounds like the rock and roll lifestyle. You know, sex, drugs, alcohol, live hard, die young type deal. I just kind of had to say that because watching your video made me think of that. So apparently the college life is the new version of rock and roll. Which is really silly to think of. Anyway, I would just kind of laugh at your expense because in your video, and I just recently watched it for the second time, so that way I remembered what my word was. And I wanted to mention that you laughing at me for the 75-degree weather, karma, man! Karma! I am really amused by that because you mentioned 75 degrees to me on Monday, and then all of a sudden you've got snow. I am laughing so hard at that. Anyway, so that's what you get for trying to show off how warm it is down where you're at. Haha, you got what I have. Anyway. I had to do that. I do not apologize at all. It was worth every moment. Anyway, originally what I was going to try and do was stop the recording every single time I was going to see something that you point out in your video, but unfortunately my camera doesn't let me do that, which is kind of annoying, but it's whatever. I'll just go through one full swoop and go with this. I have a couple outtakes for that. Also, we haven't done an outtakes video in a while. Oops. Anyway, besides that, I really don't have a lot to talk about. Today is basically my last day off before I head down to Florida, and because of everything that's going on with that, I'm trying to do last minute house cleaning, trying to make sure that we have everything packed ahead of time, and today's just basically a rest day before all get out breaks loose. I've almost cussed twice in this video now. Wow. Anyway, excuse me. Besides that, this week's kind of been a slow week, and it's basically just been me counting off the days before I go to Florida, because I leave on Sunday. I will be recording my video when I get down there. I promise that when everything gets done, there is a reason why I'm holding off on doing my punishment. There is a very good reason behind it. I have to be down in Florida to do it. So obviously, I'm not doing the 10 Pokemon for 10 seconds thing. I'm not telling you which of the other two I'm doing, but since I'm going down to Florida, I figured that one of those two will be done, and they will be done in extravagantly weird ways, because why not? I am looking forward to that. It'll probably end up getting uploaded around Wednesday of next week. Besides that, I really don't have too much to talk about involving punishments and past video stuff, so I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is your word of last week was lion. You didn't say it, obviously. We were talking about Lion King. It was just kind of a random thing. So we're gonna get down into the whole entire basics of my plans for Florida, because you made my word the T word, and that's what I'm going to call it right now, the T word, and because I am going to be adventuring down to Florida with Josh, I figured that I would talk about the adventure and what we have in store for us. It's a 16.5-hour drive. I had a weird dream last night that that instead of going to Florida, I was going to visit you, and instead of bringing Josh, I was going to bring my best friend Corey, which makes no sense at all, because as much as you would probably get along with Corey, he's more eccentric than I am. And a little crazier, too. Like, yeah, we're not going to get into that. Anyway, so there's that. When we get down there, we're going to end up going to Busch Gardens for a day, and that's going to be fun because roller coasters and everything, and I'm so excited. Yay! I needed this week off. I just needed it so much. I'm getting paid for the week off, so that makes it even better. Josh isn't, but that's okay. I'd rather have it to where we're a little short on money so I can see my family over that of, going down and not seeing them, or not being able to do this, or going down by myself, because as much as I enjoy traveling and being with family and everything, I would prefer to just kind of have Josh meet the family that raised me. And that's the most important thing, I think, that's out of this entire ordeal of going down to Florida and seeing my grandma. I want Josh to meet the family that raised me, because as much as I love the family that's here in Toledo, and as much as I enjoy being around the family that's in Toledo, they've only known me for about a handful of years in my life. They've only seen me for a handful of years in my life. They finally got to know me as of 2 years ago, and because of everything that happened, I wasn't able to say goodbye to Grandma when I moved. Not fully, at least. So she didn't get to see my graduations. She didn't get to see my friends graduate, didn't get to have that moment. It was just my mom, my aunt, and my cousins that went, and my grandpa showed up, which was amazing, and I'm so happy about that. But besides that, he hasn't gotten to know this side of the family, and as much as the family that I'm near right now is important to me, this side of the family raised me for 18 years of my life, and they were the people that kind of had an influence on who I am today. And as much as I want my dad to like Josh, or at least get over his whatever it is with Josh, his assumption that Josh and I are going to break up at some point in time in the future, I kind of think it's more important for Josh to meet the people that opinions matter to me the most. My dad's opinion does matter, my other family's opinion does matter, but I'd rather know from the rest of my family what they think of him. And I'd rather let him meet them, because as eccentric as my family is, I would just be happy with that. Anyway, your word of the week next week is family. So, I'll talk to you on Monday.